Could you please introduce yourself a little bit and why you have to be in Japan, in Tokyo right now?
Sure. My name is Stephen Olson. I'm a visiting fellow at the Institute of Southeast Asian Studies, USAP Ishak Institute in Singapore. I started my career a very long time ago in Washington, D.C. as a U.S. trade negotiator, and for the past 25 or 27 years I've been living in Asia and the Middle East. I'm here in Tokyo now to participate in this Conrad Adenauer event looking at online security, online frauds, and scam centers.
Thank you very much. So now we will pivot into the recent phenomena of the quit of
Sure.
Kent.
Sure.
So can you explain us what is the
Sure.
importance of this event?
Well, look, an important national security advisor within the Trump administration has resigned over the war in Iran. He's got a long history of being very suspicious of Israeli and Israeli impact on U.S. politics and U.S. foreign policy, and he reached the conclusion that he simply could not remain in the administration given the war in Iran. Now, the key thing to keep our eye on is whether this is the first crack in what could become wider cracks within the MAGA movement over the Iran war, because, as you know, one of the foundational keystones of the MAGA movement has been America first and no foreign wars.
Right.
The war in Iran obviously flies directly in the face of this. We'll see whether Trump can maintain his iron control over his base or whether we continue to see more defections in the future.
Right, and then how is your opinion about what kind of foreign policy of the U.S. that have to deal with Iran? Because Iran in itself has some of their own issue as well, particularly about the nuclear.
Sure. The question is what do I think of the current U.S.
Right.
policy?
Right.
Well,
This is your own perspective.
Sure. Well, look, I think President Trump probably became unrealistic and overconfident
Right.
given how successful, quick, and comparatively easy the raid on Venezuela was. I think it could turn out to be a very large strategic mistake to wade into Iran, because we're seeing already it's not going to be nearly as quick as easy as the Venezuela operation. I think Trump's personal preference would be to draw this to a close as quickly as possible, to sort of declare victory and to
Right.
bring the thing to a halt. But we've got to keep in mind two other parties have a vote, the Israelis and the Iranians. And the war isn't over just because Trump declares the war is over. The war is over when all three parties agree. The other issue that we've got is that the Strait of Hormuz has now been mined.
Right.
So even if by some miracle all the hostilities cease tomorrow, normal traffic could not resume through the Straits of Hormuz because it will take, I would say, anywhere from 3, 4, maybe 6 months to effectively demine, remove all the mines that are currently in the Strait of Hormuz. This means a couple of important things. We're going to see inflationary pressures around the world, but particularly in the United States, which is going to prove to be a real problem for President Trump as he enters the midterm elections,
Right.
because the most important electoral issues for the American voters is affordability. So it could turn out that Trump has really shot himself in the foot here, but it remains to be seen.
Thank you very much. So I think this is finished for this session. I hope that I can have your insight more in the future.
My pleasure, anytime.